Okay, right. So there were some dumb freaking questions about alchemy. I didn't answer that because it's stupid. But I answered all the other ones. So matter, it's like this table is matter. Everything and everything is matter. Mass sounds like the same, but it's like very different. It's like got a very specific definition. Mass is density times volume. That's it. That's all it is. You're right. Density is a little d. Mass is the or volume is the big V. That's it. That's literally it. Chemical change is like an actual reaction. So baking soda and vinegar, that's a chemical change. Physical change, that's when you heat up ice cubes, it's still water. It's a physical change. Chemical change, physical change. Water's still water. The baking soda actually changes to a different thing because it reacts with the vinegar. Blah 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 blah. Mixture. Like, what do you want me to do? It's a fucking mixture. Like, how am I supposed to define? It's a mixture, a pure substance. It's just one thing. Like a mixture, pure substance. I don't need to. It's literally dictionary definite. An atom is one that neutrons, protons, electrons, sometimes neutrons. It's atom. Reactants. Reactants and products, I mean, they're kind of the same thing, but the reactants is like, when you react two things together, that's the reactants. When you get something, that's the product. It's not, it's really not that complicated. Homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures, this pertains to like the last question. Homogeneous mixture is like salt water, and a heterogeneous mixture is like milk. The definition is kind of loose, but in general, it's like, if you can tell there's two different things, like in tomato soup is heterogeneous, right? Because you can clearly see there's different shit. If it's just like clear and there's two different things, it's probably homogeneous. The difference, like the technical definition is like if there's a separate phase or if there's like separate particle size beyond like a certain threshold, then I don't know. Big, different size or different phase, hetero, same, no homo. Anyway, extensive properties. Extensive and intensive is like extensive is like anything that is dependent on how much you have. So if I have like a tiny cup of coffee, it's not gonna like crush my head and kill me, and blood's not gonna go everywhere. But if I have a massive cup of coffee, it's gonna turn me into like tomato soup. My blood's gonna be pouring all over the place. That's an extensive property. But the color of the coffee cup is yellow, and even if I have a giant coffee cup, it's still, that's a terrible example. That's a horrible example. Intensive properties: color, temperature, solubility. The water bottle, if it's really really small, it's still, I can't dissolve this in water. I can't dissolve the bottle.
It's the same thing.
It's the same. Even if it was really tiny, it wouldn't matter. Extensive properties are like mass and volume. That's it. Oh yeah, the states of matter question. Dead ass. Okay, solid, liquid, and gas. Right. Okay, easy. And really, that's pretty much all we need. But for some reason, this Mother Earth, he wants you to put plasma and Bose-Einstein concentrates. Nobody even needs to know what that is. Maybe plasma. Okay, plasma is fire. That's it. Fire is a plasma, not all. Fire. Some plasma is fire, not all fire is plasma. Fire is just one. There's lots of different kinds of plasma. That I can get. Bose-Einstein constant. Really?
What is it?
Okay, Bose-Einstein concentrates is when you take a bunch of bosons and you chill them to almost absolute zero. Bosons are like...
Angry writing.
Okay, that's like an atom, right? There's the nucleus, there's the electron cloud. It's not actually a circle. That's a stupid, outdated model. Imagine it's like a cloud thing, right?
Think of the MS Paint spray can tool.
Yeah. Think of the MS Paint spray can tool. It's a probability cloud. Okay, that's the atom, right? But the particles in the atom are made up of even smaller, called fundamental particles. Okay, and a boson is a fundamental particle. It's also responsible for some other, but unless we're doing quantum mechanics, you don't need to know this shit. Okay. Bosons don't concentrate. It's really cold gas, basically. That's all you need to know. And forget all about it. Literally, pretend that doesn't exist. An element versus an atom. An atom is one thing. An element is a bunch of the same ones. They can have different neutrons. If you have a different amount of neutrons, but the same amount of protons, that's called isotope, and it's not exactly the same thing, but so
But
you can
it's
have,
still the same element.
but it's still the same element. Yeah, the neutrons are not. They barely do anything. And then like the last couple questions, I either didn't pay attention to or the answer was stupid. That's it. Do you want me to say anything else? That's it.
Yeah, that's good.